Okay, welcome back. Let's talk about problem number 17. The question asks, there's actually two parts to this question. The first one asks, if I drill the well into the center of this aquifer, what level would it rise to? Point A, the bottom of the confining layer. Point B, the water table. Point C, the piezometric surface. Or point D would be the ground surface. So if I'm talking about a confined aquifer, what surface do I need to use? The water table or the piezometric surface? If I'm dealing with confined aquifers, I want to use the piezometric surface. So it would rise to point C for that point or that problem. Now the second part of the question asks, well, okay, so it rises to point C. What's the pressure down here at point A? And the way to go about doing that is to use the energy equation for the total head in that system. So what I want is the total head is at 142. Now that's comprised of both my pressure head, my velocity head, which is essentially negligible because we're talking about groundwater velocity, which is virtually zero, and the elevation head. So I'm at 142 feet, and that's comprised of my pressure head plus my elevation head at the center of that confining aquifer, or that confined aquifer, would be the center between 107 and 121, so it'd be at 114 feet. So my pressure head, or if I want to write it out as P over gamma, would be the difference between 142 and 114, or 28 feet. So if I'm ultimately after this pressure, I want to solve for it. So my pressure, 28 feet times 62.4 pounds per cubic foot, that's the unit weight of water. So now I'd come up with my pressure as 1,747 pounds per foot squared, or PSF. But the question asks, what is it in PSI? So I want 1747. This would be in pounds per foot squared. If you know the conversion already, that 1 square foot is 144 square inches. That's great. You can already kind of skip this. You know where I'm going. If you don't, you can just do 1 foot over 12 inches. The easy way to go about that, just square both of them. That way you have foot square cancel, and you have pounds per inch squared. So once you work that through, it'll be 12.3 pounds per square inch, or PSI. All right, now let's try working a couple other problems. We have problems number 18 and 19. Those are groundwater well pumping problems. One is a confined aquifer, the other is an unconfined aquifer. Just make sure you know the difference between the two, and then pause the video right now. We'll come back to it. We'll solve those problems.